Alright, so 26, 27. Here we go. So we're trying to find the tangent. Now remember, when we're dealing with angles, this is where we want to work with reference angles. Okay? And the reference angle is always the angle that gets you right back to the x-axis. Okay? So we want to get back to this. Okay? So I want to get from here to here. Okay? So basically, I'm talking about this angle right there. Okay? So to know what that angle is, I need to figure out what's going on here. I know that this is 360. And I know 360 plus 90, right? Or negative 360 because it's going down, right? So this is negative 360 plus 90 is going to give me 450, right? So that's negative 450. Now how much farther am I going to get to 480? So that means this angle right in here is 30, right? So that means this angle is 60. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we are talking about a triangle like this, right? That has 60, 90, and 30. So that's that 30, 60, 90 triangle again. So in your notes, you should have your 30, 60, 90. Did we use alpha for that, or are we using x? The x square root 3, 2x for your 30, 60, 90. We've talked about this.
No.
Yeah,
We have
Okay.
it, I don't know.
And then we have the 45, 45. Okay? And then we have x square root 2. These are our special triangles. They always have this ratio going on. And so we're really going to use that ratio so that we understand if I turn this sideways, then this would be x, right? X square root 3 and 2x. Does that make sense? Now, when I'm working on this, we haven't talked about the unit circle yet, but now we're starting. The unit circle, all right, starts with basically a circle, okay? A circle that is made up of a unit, and the unit is 1, okay? So that means that this is 1. Okay? Obviously, this is negative 1. This is positive 1. And this is negative 1. Right? Going that direction. From here to here to here to here. And your hypotenuse will always be 1 also. Okay? Guys? Alright, so this is also 1. But your hypotenuse is always positive because the diagonal is always a distance. Okay? So even though we might go left, which is negative, or down, which is negative, the hypotenuse will always be positive. Okay? So right here we're talking about a 60-degree triangle. Right? So that means that this side is going to be this, and if we're talking about a triangle with a 1, right, where this is 1, then this would be a half, right? Okay? So you can decide now if you want to deal with a unit circle, which is 1.5, or if you want to deal with something that's a little bit easier to deal with, and that is this is 2, this is 1, and this is 1 square root 3. Okay? Which is totally okay with me. It's up to you which triangle you want to work with. There's no difference in calling this a 1 and this a 1/2, and this is 1/2 square root 3. Or this is a little easier because they're whole numbers. Does that make sense? We don't care what's out in front. It's just x. It could be anything. So we're going to use what's easiest for us. Okay? So I like to use this one. Okay? Because we don't have to use a unit circle. We can use the easiest triangle we want. Okay? So, that tells me that this distance right here is negative square root 3. Why is that negative?
It's going down.
Because it's going down. It also tells me that this distance is negative 1. Why is that negative?
It's going left.
Because it's going left. And then this distance is always positive, right? So this is going to be 2. Okay? So in this case, this is negative, and that's positive. That's all we're saying. Okay? Now, it's with respect to this angle, right? Because that's the angle. That's our reference angle. And they want the tangent of that angle. What does tangent equal? Opposite over hypotenuse. Or no.
Over adjacent.
Opposite over adjacent.
My bad.
Okay, TOA, right? Alright, so now we just look at this and we say, alright, where's our opposite? So this is O. Where's our adjacent? This is A. So what's O?
Negative 3 square root.
What is A?
Negative 1.
So that's negative over a negative, which makes a... So we got square root 3. So tangent of, what was the angle that we did? Negative 480 is equal to the square root of 3. How is that? Okay? Now, we didn't explain anything, did we? We didn't do a two-column proof on that. Right? So with that, we'd have to, it's a little bit harder to do two-column proofs with, but I'll have to work on that. Because this is a little different, right? But we can say that tangent, right, of theta is equal to O over A, and then say why? Because of the definition of being tangent. Okay? We can say that the opposite side is equal to negative square root 3. And the adjacent side is equal to negative 1. Why? Because of the definition of special triangles. What type of special triangles? And we just say 30, 60, 90. Okay? Because there's two types. There's 45, 45, 90, and there's 30, 60, 90. So we're just specifying that it's a 30, 60, 90. That's it. And then what do?